Jake Bates. Throwing right side, and it's going to be intercepted. Return past the 15, past the 20, out past the 30. Has space down the sideline. 40, 35, 30. And he is gone. A pick six for Houston. Snap good, hold good, kick up. And it is straight down the middle. Looking to throw, rolls out right. Throws end zone. Touchdown San Antonio. Cody Latimer alone in the end zone. They take a 1-point lead with 3 seconds left. 52-yarder, left hash for the win. Snap good, hold good, kick up, and it's drilled. Miami escapes week 1 with the win. Jason Sanders is looking to throw. Pass right side, wide open. Touchdown Drake London. Touchdown Drake London. Atlanta has tied this game and are an extra point away from taking the lead. Needing the 12-yard line. Handoff, Robinson left side. And going to be stuffed. A loss of 4, maybe 5 on the play. And with 50 seconds to go, the Chiefs have the ball. And most likely that does it. Ball on the 17.5-yard line. Looking to throw. Stepping up, throwing for the end zone. And caught. Touchdown Green Bay. Dontavian Wicks. 56 seconds to play. The Packers are within 3. 6:17 to play in overtime. Tua shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, bunched up. Tua to throw. Pass time. Plenty of time. Pass. End zone, left side. Jonnu Smith. Touchdown Miami. They're gonna win. Let's go, baby. Here, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Gonna send Smith in motion. Toss left side for Saquon Barkley. Good blocking and room to run. Pass midfield, spinning his way. Pass to 35 to 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, and the Eagles respond instantly. Saquon Barkley. Oh my, making his presence felt. 1 play, 60 yards, 3rd and 9 from the 35. Mahomes looking to throw. Quick pass left side, caught by Piron. Has room to run. First down and more. Down to about the 17. And he stays in bounds. That will do it. The Kansas City Chiefs have escaped the Bills and have punched their ticket. Hello, and welcome to Monday Night Football, the first of 2. This is the only one I'm going to be live with because the Chargers and Raiders game goes to like 1 a.m. I ain't going to be able to do that. But we're here for Buccaneers and Texans either way. And what should be an interesting game. Both of these teams won the division, their respective divisions last year. Both of these teams have expectations entering the season to get better and to get further in the playoffs. Texans had a tough loss to begin the season last week. Falcons had a very close win to begin the season last week. We'll see how they play this week. This should be a good one. Welcome on in to Monday Night Football. Coin toss is happening right now. So kickoff should be here momentarily. We shall see. Alright, coin toss just took place. Of course, broadcasts don't often show the coin toss. It seems like the Texans will be getting the ball first. I saw a stat earlier. I think it was on the countdown show that under Todd Bowles, the Buccaneers have not lost in the first 2 weeks of the season. So that's going to be put to the test today. That will be put to the test today. As the Texans will be getting ball first in this one as kickoff is underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. We returned beginning from about the 3. Trying to find room past the 20, past the 25, and going to get past the 35 to the 36. Solid return there. And out comes CJ Stroud and this Texans offense. Struggled last week against a really good Rams front 7. Not going to be any easier this week, as they're going against a really good Buccaneers front 7. CJ Stroud has had 15 straight games under 300 passing yards. Will that change tonight? Stroud will begin from under center. Back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. Going to look to throw first play of the game. Pass left side is overthrown and incomplete. Looking for Nico Collins. Put too much into it. Was too far outside. 2nd and 10 coming up. All right. So Stroud in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receivers to each side. Pass over the middle is caught and going to get to about the 45. I forgot to pull up the rosters. Great. That was caught by Xavier Hutchinson to set up a 3rd and 1. So Stroud under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side after sending 1 in motion right to left. More so a 3rd and half a yard. Give up the middle, and that's going to be fighting forward. Think he's stuffed at the line for no gain. Believe that's Nick Chubb on the carry. And not able to do much with that. And Texans have a choice to make now. No, they gave him the first? What? I need to see this again. They gave him the first on that? All right, Stroud under center, back behind him. A give once again up the middle, and that's going to lose about 3. Give to Chubb once again, and this time that's guaranteed a loss of yards. Hassan Reddick on the tackle for loss. Yeah, that's just... What? Is that a ball don't lie situation? Hassan Reddick, one of 3 Buccaneers to meet Chubb in the backfield on that one. As it's 2nd and 12, Stroud in shotgun, back to his left. Going to look to throw once again. Pressure coming up the middle. A pass right side for a screen is caught. Past midfield and room to run. The 35 and down to about the 30 before Antoine Winfield Jr. brings him down. Beautifully timed up screen to counter the blitz. And that's a massive pickup for the Texans. I mean, yeah, that's a grade. There's plenty of space for Chubb on that one. If he was able to make Winfield miss, he was gone. Stroud in shotgun once again, looking to throw once again. Throwing one deep, right side for the end zone. Are they going to say he was inbounds? They do. Nico Collins What a catch, and the Texans strike first. He definitely gets 1 foot. It's that left foot that's in question. Is it down by the time he has full possession? Because I'm not sure if his shin touched inbounds. But that's a great throw from Stroud on the money. Yeah, no, that left foot is down. That's a touchdown grab. Great catch to keep the feet in. A great throw. Put it in where only Collins can come down with it. And that's how you strike first on the opening drive. Yeah, that's a beautiful pass. So we're going to head to a commercial break so they can review this. But yeah, that seems like a touchdown grab. Right, now that we're at commercial break, let me pull up the rosters properly. There we go. Yep, we're at commercial break as they're reviewing a potential touchdown grab for Nico Collins. We'll see. As we're still at commercial break. All right, just getting back from commercial break, and it seems that the play stands. Beautiful throw from Stroud. And a great grab from Collins, keeping his feet in. That's a great way to start this game for the Texans, whose offense struggled last week. The extra point is up, and it is good. That's how you want to start a game. 3-minute drive, ending off with a 30-yard touchdown pass from Stroud to Collins. Yeah, he placed that thing on the money. He had someone wide open on the opposite side of the field as well. He could have gone anywhere with that one. Absolute beaut. And the fact that Collins was able to get his feet in is great. As we're awaiting the kickoff, we'll see what Baker Mayfield and this Buccaneers offense can do in response. An offense that played pretty well last week. Obviously, could have been looking for a little bit of a better performance all around, but it was still a solid performance nonetheless. As the kickoff will be downed in the end zone for a touchback. And out comes Baker Mayfield. He had a 3-touchdown day last week. Been playing really well since becoming the starter here in Tampa. And he's looking to continue this. Again, he's rejuvenated his career in Tampa. It's been great to watch. And they're going to start this game in 5 wide. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Baker alone in shotgun. Now going to motion the receiver into the backfield to his left as he'll look to throw. Pressure coming, trying to avoid it to his right. And just going to throw it away incomplete. Alright, that only first place, so it's nothing to quite be worried about. So 2nd and 10 coming up. Baker in shotgun once again. Gonna give this up the middle, and that is a gain of roughly 4 for Bucky. No, there's Rachaad White on the carry. So an early 3rd down in this one. So Mayfield in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. 3rd and 6, play clock winding down to get the snap off. Baker to throw. Pass over the middle is caught. That's enough for the first downs. Mike Evans up to the 47. Keeping this drive alive early. So Mayfield in shotgun, back to his left, looking to throw once again. Has time. Passing one deep over the middle, and it's incomplete. Nearly picked off through the hands of Azeez Al-Shaair. And Mayfield gets lucky there. Looking for a Mecca Ejbuka. He has him over the middle. Just didn't put enough into this one. Yeah, if he puts another like 2 yards, even a yard on this pass, that's a, I wouldn't say a walk-in touchdown, but that's a big time play for this Buccaneers offense. Mayfield to throw once again. Pass over the middle, and that's going to be caught up to the plus 40. And that is Cade Otton on the reception. Great catch through the contact for Otton. He gets hit a bit up high by Gardner Johnson. Ball on the 41. Mayfield in shotgun. Back behind him. A give up the middle for Bucky Irvin. Going to get up to the 35 before being brought down. So a 2nd and 4 coming up. Mayfield to throw once again. Rolling to his right to buy some time. Gonna pass it right side. Now it's gonna be caught enough for a first down inside the 20 to about the 19. That is Sterling Shepard on the reception. And the Buccaneers are into the red zone. If this game's a shootout, I wouldn't be opposed. Last night's game was rough. We get a shootout in Houston tonight, and this could be good. So Mayfield in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receiving options to the right as well. Looking to pass once again, throwing left side for Evans, and that's going to be caught. He gets in for the touchdown, but a penalty marker down right where he caught the pass. They're going to say he pushed off, and that's offensive pass interference. Yeah, there's a bit of a push there. Yeah, Derek Stingley was in coverage. Evans just a little bit of a push. And now we're 1st and 20. 8:15 remains in this first quarter. Mayfield in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the left. Ball now on the 30. Going to give this to Bucky Irvin right side, who has some blockers out in front. And he gets to the 20. So to get the 10 yards right back from the OPI, making it a 2nd and 10. That's exactly what you're looking for out of that play. So 2nd and 10 as Tristan Wirfs is out tonight. Has a tough loss for this offensive line, but so far, been solid. Mayfield in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. Will look to throw once again. Mayfield with time, pass, end zone, and there it is. Touchdown, Tampa. Beautiful throw and catch. Mayfield connects with Ryan Miller on that one from 20 yards out. And the Buccaneers respond perfectly to the opening drive touchdown of Houston. 7:12 to play in the first quarter. Tampa's an extra point away from tying this one up after 1 drive apiece. Yeah, that's a beaut. A 9-play, 65-yard drive. Capped off with a Ryan Miller 20-yard touchdown catch as the extra point is up and good. That's a great way to start this drive. That is a great way to start this game. As we're back to a commercial break. Beautiful start to this game. Both teams really effective offensively to start this. We'll see how it progresses, but I'm still leaning Tampa. I'm still leaning Tampa at the end of the day. Welcome on in. Yeah, this game has been a great start so far. We'll see what Houston can do in their next drive. These opening drives are always a little skewed sometimes. It's hard to tell exactly how the game would go based off of them, as we're just coming back from commercial break. And they're showing that Houston mascot right now. And there's Baker on the sideline, led a really solid drive just then to begin this one. See if his defense can step up a bit. It was a rough opening series for this Buccaneer defense. Houston was able to move the ball really effectively down the field. Did kind of get lucky on the spot on 3rd and 1. But at the same time, they probably would have gone for it anyway and probably get it. As the kickoff is underway, going to be returned beginning from inside the 10 at the 8. And trying to find some space up the middle, gets to the 25, breaks off one defender, stiff arms another, and out of bounds at the 35. All right. Solid return, sets up CJ Stroud in this Texas offense with good field position. What you got from here? Stroud under center, back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. A play action looking to throw. Stroud rolling to his right, gonna take it himself. There's a penalty marker down as Stroud gains 2. This will most likely be on Tampa for a defensive holding. They're trying to get the bootleg going, and yep, that's gonna be defensive holding on Tampa. Hassan Reddick called for the hold. And that's pretty clear there. Nico Collins tried to escape into the flat. Hassan Reddick held him and pretty much tackled him, so that way he wasn't a pass option for Stroud. As Stroud now in shotgun, back to his left on 1st and 10, going to hand this off up the middle, and that is a gain of roughly 3 up to the 45. That was Woody Marks on the carry. Rookie out of USC. And now a 2nd and 6. They ruled he got 4. As Stroud will look to throw once again. Pass left side's wide open. It's Marks. Room to run. First down and a whole lot more. Inside the 20 and down to the 18 before Antoine Winfield Jr. brings him down. Massive play for this Texans offense. Already tonight, 3 plays of 20 plus yards where they didn't have a single one last week. And they're in the red zone for the first time. Just a simple out route from the backfield for Woody Marks. And with that much space and that much speed, he nearly went the distance. The ball now on the 18. Stroud under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. There's a give up the middle, and that's Nick Chubb down to the 10. It's early, definitely. But this Texans offense looking much improved from what we saw last week. And they're going to need it. This division isn't as easy to win anymore for them. Stroud under center. Handoff left side for Chubb, and there's space. Inside, stood up at the 6, but enough for the first down. Penalty marker is down as well. And we'll see what this is. It is holding on Titus Howard. Gonna push Houston back there. And a 2nd and 12 coming up. Okay. Stroud and shotgun back to his left. 2 receiving options to each side looking to throw. As time, pass right side is caught, but only a gain of about 2 or 3. As he was brought down as soon as he caught that pass. That was Justin Watson on the reception. Am I seeing that right? Yeah, Justin Watson, 8-year pro out of Penn. We got an Ivy League guy making plays tonight. Stroud and shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. 3rd and 9 from the 17. Looking to throw once again. Stroud with time. End zone and incomplete. Just off the mark. A little bit too outside for Justin Watson. And the Texans drive stalls out in the red zone. They're going to send out the field goal unit here on 4th and 9. He was open. Yeah, like there's space there for him. If that ball is placed on target, there's definitely space there for him. All right, out comes Kiami Fairbairn. To make this a 3-point game, it is up from 35 yards out, and it is good. Texans retake the lead. It is 10-7 with 3:25 to play in the first quarter. And we'll see what this Buccaneers offense can do in response. Yeah. Again, I have to give this Houston team props tonight. Through a quarter of play, we'll say. I don't think the offense will get the ball back until the second. Through a quarter of play, this offense is playing a lot more effectively than I thought it was going to. Like, I expected them to be able to move the ball relatively well, but they have been just going down the field with ease against this Buccaneers defense. Like, it has been impressive. Would have liked to see them finish that drive, but the holding call pretty much killed the drive there. So we'll see. Welcome on in. Again, although there is a double header tonight for Monday Night Football, I'm only going to be live for this game. Just because the other game starts at 10 p.m. and will go up until about 1 a.m. and I'm just not able to do that. So we're live for this one. Won't be live for the second. As we're just getting back from commercial break, waiting for Houston to send this one down. Oh yeah, this Texans team is rough. They have high end talent, but once you get deeper into it, there's not much on this team. Like, this is gonna be probably the toughest year for Houston to try and win this division. Indianapolis is sitting really nice right now, and like they have completely shocked me with how they've played. Kickoff will be returned beginning from the 5. That's a big hit at the 24. What a hit. Tampa will begin from the 24, but that's a beautiful shoulder check there. And that's EJ Speed laying the lumber. I might have gotten helmet to helmet first, but that's still a nice hit. So Mayfield in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Ball on the 23. Gonna send your receiver in motion right to left as Mayfield. Throw right side, caught by Mike Evans for about 6. And this is still a Houston team that I feel like if they can find their footing and stay healthy, they can definitely compete. But if they have players go down throughout the season, which is inevitable, like their back end support is rough. Mayfield under center. Back behind him, 2nd and 4. A give up the middle and there's space, and that's gonna be a gain of only 2 as he slips down at the 31? I believe that was Bucky Irvin on the carry. He had space to pick up the first there. Yeah, just slipped. So a 3rd and 2, Mayfield in shotgun back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Gonna look to throw. Pass left side, and that's gonna be caught. Gets the 2 yards, maybe 2.5. That's a Emeka Egbuka on the reception, and they keep the chains moving. Charlie Heck in the game at offensive tackle now for the Buccaneers as they're dealing with already their 2nd string tackle being a little banged up in this one. Former Texan taking the field. As Mayfield in shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right, going to shift the back to his right as they give this to Irvin up the middle, and he's going to get about 5. Not bad, not bad. A minute to play in this first quarter. We have time for about one more play. Mayfield in shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the left. Going to send one of them in motion. As Mayfield will look to throw. Quick pass right side's tipped at the line and caught by Mayfield. And he's going to be brought down at the 31. Should have just let that drop. There is a penalty marker down. We'll see what this is. Yeah, Mayfield catches his own pass. Definitely should have let that drop, though. Oh, is illegal use of hands on Derek Stingley. So the Buccaneers will get a first out of that. Are they saying he was... I don't agree with that. It wasn't hands to the face. It was kind of like the shoulder. It was like right around here. It just looked like it was close to the face mask. Final play of the first quarter, Mayfield to throw. Pass right side is caught and there's room. Pass midfield and down to the 49. That's Bucky Irvin on the reception. And that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. So 15 minutes in the books. There's been scores on every possession of the game so far. Houston up by 3 in what has been a fully offensive game in this one. Hey, not bad, not bad. We have Thursday night football this week. Dolphins, Bills. That's going to be a game, all right. That's gonna be a game, and we're gonna be live for it. I'm not looking forward to it. We're at commercial break for the end of the first. If somehow Miami keeps Thursday night close, I would be impressed. But if that game goes how pretty much everyone expects it to be, it's gonna be a bloodbath. As we're still at commercial break. All right, just getting back from commercial break. It is a 2nd and 3 for Tampa, sitting at right around the plus 49-yard line. Damn, the Buccaneers have lost 6 straight primetime games. Well, a streak is getting broken tonight. Either Tampa will finally lose Either Tampa will finally lose a game in week 1 or 2 under Todd Bowles, or they're gonna win their first primetime game in 7 tries. 6-7 tries. Mayfield handoff up the middle, and there's space for a first down to about the 40 for Bucky Irvin on the carry. Tampa just knows how to move people up front. Like, their offensive line is really, really impressive. Mayfield in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. 1st and 10 from the 40. Mayfield to throw. Pass right side is going to be caught by Irvin in the flat. Makes one man miss and going to fight his way to about the 36, a gain of 4. The thing with this Tampa O-line is right now they have a 3rd string tackle in, and you wouldn't really know it's a 3rd string tackle if you just tuned into the game. Mayfield under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left, making adjustments at the line. Play clock winding down. Mayfield going to give this to Irvin up the middle, and there is some more space as he fights his way and gets some help to, I think, going to be just shy of the 1st. But there's Charlie Heck, that 3rd string tackle, coming in and pushing the pile to make it a 3rd and 1. 3rd and inches instead of what would have been about 3rd and 2. 3rd and 1, Tampa breaks the huddle with about 11 seconds on the play clock. Mayfield in shotgun back to his right, 3 receivers to the left. Man sent in motion left to right. As Mayfield looks to throw. Pressure coming, can avoid it to his left, trying to buy some time, diving forward, and the extra effort gonna pick up the first down. Will Anderson thought he brought him down short of the marker and was celebrated in the backfield. Mayfield simply looking at him and pointing as they got the first. That's a great effort by Mayfield to make sure they got that first. In shotgun, back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Manson in motion left to right. Mayfield going to fake a toss and pass this left side for a receiver screen. And that is a gain of about 4. Penalty marker is down. Emeka Ejbuka on the reception. But what is the penalty? Might be illegal man downfield. Yep, illegal man downfield, calling it on Cody Mach. Or Mach? The guard out of NDSU. I think it's Mach. Either way, that's an eligible man downfield, and yeah, he's... unless that was caught behind the line of scrimmage, but I don't think it was. I think it was caught at the line. Yeah, 1st and 15. Mayfield alone in shotgun, 3 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Ball on roughly the 35, looking to throw once again. Pass over the middle is incomplete, looking for Mike Evans. A little miscommunication, it seems, on that one. Evans sat a little bit too soon to where Mayfield thought he was going to. And now there's a penalty marker down once again. It will be offsides on Houston. Calling it on Will Anderson, so it gets negated, a 1st and 10 either way. So 1st and 10. Mayfield in shotgun. Back behind him, tight end in the backfield to his right. Give up the middle for Rachaad White. Going to get about 5 or 6. Just showing highlights from earlier on in this game as we await the next one. 2nd and 4. Mayfield in shotgun. Play clock winding down. Going to touch pass this left side for Ejbuka. Has room and gonna fight his way for a 1st down. Gain of 5. Another great offensive drive being built here from Tampa. So 1st and 10. Mayfield shotgun. 4 receivers to the left. Looking to throw. Pass right side is blown up. Looking for Mike Evans. Derek Stingley read that play like a book. He knew exactly where that ball was going to go the second it was snapped. Yeah, it's Mayfield in shotgun for 2nd and 10. They give to Bucky Irvin's going to find his way to get about 4. Made something out of nothing there. So now 3rd and 6. Minutes remain in the first half. Mayfield in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Play clock winding down. They get the snap off. Mayfield, throw right side that's caught. Has room. The 5, Emeka Egbuka. Touchdown Tampa. The 3rd of his young career. Kid's gonna be a stud. And it's a 3-point Tampa lead. Egbuka had 2 touchdowns last week. Has 1 right there. And a beautifully dialed up receiver screen. And it's Charlie Heck leading the way on that block in there. The 3rd string tackle made a very key block that allowed Egbuka to get into the end zone. And now the extra point, it is up. And it is good to cap off a 14-play, 77-yard drive that spanned, well, it had to have spanned like 7 minutes. Back-to-back touchdown drives for Tampa to begin this game. And we're at commercial break. A 2K26 commercial. Well, I have not cared about 2K for a while at this point. As we're still at commercial break. And they're showing that replay once again of the touchdown drive as we're just coming back from commercial break. That receiver's screen to Emeka Egbuka, this Tampa offense. It knows what it's doing, man. It's impressive. The fact that they can just plug and play offensive linemen like that, it's not a lot of teams can do that. Yeah, an 8-minute, 44-second drive. As we'll see what the Texans can do on this ensuing drive. This game might come down to which defense can force a punt first. Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from the 5. Trying to find space and gets brought down at the 22. The Texans will begin from there. All right, what you got? Yeah, Stroud has been playing well tonight. He's already over 100 yards on the night. He is playing well. This Texans offense as a whole is playing well. As Stroud under center. Going to hand this off up the middle, and that's a loss of 2 for Nick Chubb. Penalty markers fly as the Texans had 2 in motion. Yeah, this is going to be an illegal shift on Houston. That was pretty clear there. Yep, illegal shift. Penalty will be declined. It's a 2nd and 12 coming up. Stroud in shotgun, back to his left. 2 receivers to each side. Looking to throw. Stroud, plenty of time. Throwing left side. Has a man that's caught. First down and more. And out of bounds at the 40s. Xavier Hutchinson once again. This Texans O-line gave him plenty of time. Yeah, it was a great block on that Tampa touchdown. They were showing, like, they had the rules analysts talking a bit. You know, maybe it was a low block, a chop block, but no, it was clean. So Stroud under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. Play clock winding down. They barely get the snap off. Play action looking to throw. Pressure coming. Stroud rolling left, buying time. You know, trying to loft this one, but that's incomplete. Looking for Dalton Schultz. But he tripped as soon as Stroud started to loft that pass. Would have had plenty of space as well. But he tripped over his own feet, and a 2nd and 10 coming up. Yeah, that's just unfortunate. Just the trip there. Oh, that was. Oh, sorry, that was Harrison Bryant who tripped over himself there on that play. So 2nd and 10. Stroud looking to throw once again. Pass left side for a screen is caught. And Nick Chubb will be brought down after a gain of 1. Antoine Winfield on the tackle. And a 3rd and 9 coming up. I think we're at the point already where this can be considered a big 3rd down. As neither defense has made a proper stop to this point of the game. As Stroud looking to throw on 3rd and 8. Pass right side is well off the mark and incomplete. Looking for Dalton Schultz. He did not put enough into that pass. It falls at his feet. So a 4th and 8. And yeah, you're just going to punt this one away, right? Yeah. Damn, the Texans have 4 pass catchers out tonight. That's insane. Tommy Townsend on to send this one down. Punt comes off clean. And it'll be fair caught at the 12. So 7.5 to play in this first half. And we're heading to a commercial break. Yeah, heading to a commercial break. And I'll be right back. All right, still at commercial break. As we await Tampa's next drive. Tampa has a great opportunity here. Defense finally got they forced a punt, got a proper stop. Baker and his offense been playing really well tonight. Can he keep it up and put more pressure on this Houston offense? I refuse to believe that his nickname is the touchdown maker. It makes sense, but come on. Baker the touchdown maker Mayfield? No shot. Mayfield under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Gonna motion a tight end into the backfield to act as a fullback. Mayfield, a give left side for Rachaad White. And going to get up near the 19, a gain of 6. Pro Football Reference should have... Does it not have nicknames on here? Hold on. So 2nd and 3. Back behind him. A handoff once again up the middle, and there's room for a first down up past the 25 to the 26 for Rachaad White. First and 10 now from the 26. Mayfield under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. As a play action, but the play would be play action, played called, whistled dead. At the snap, going to be a false start on Tampa. Okay. 6:12 to play in the half. A 1st and 15, Mayfield in shotgun. Back to his right, 3 receivers to the right, making adjustments at the line. Ball on their own 21-yard line, looking to throw. Pass right side is caught by Rachaad White, but going to lose about 2, trying the halfback angle screen, but it goes nowhere. Sheldon Rankins, one of a few Texans to meet him in the backfield. A 2nd and 16 coming up. I get that play call. Doesn't mean I like it. And I also see that play call a lot watching Dolphin games. So I'm kind of just like annoyed with it at this point. Mayfield in shotgun, back to his left. Sending the receiver in motion right to left as he will throw once again. Pressure coming and stacked. Back at the 10, Sheldon Rankins. There is a penalty marker down, but I would imagine this is offensive holding. No, it's hands to the face on Houston. 5 yards, automatic first down. Dylan Horton called for the legal use of hands. The sack gets negated, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 26. Again, I'm not sure if they're getting it to the. No, yeah, that angle shows it. Yeah, that's definitely a hands to the face there. Mayfield under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Handoff up the middle, and that is about 3. All right, solid, solid. 4.5 to play in this first half. Houston gets ball to begin the second half. So Tampa looking to score to extend this lead before then. Mayfield alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Now motioning someone into the backfield to his left. Will look to throw on 2nd down. Pressure coming, and this time he is sacked, and it will count. Back near the 17, it's Danielle Hunter bringing him down. And a 3rd and long coming up. Yep, this time it counts. So Mayfield in shotgun for 3rd and 16. Quick pass left side is caught for a screen that gets up to the 25. Emeka Ejbuka on the reception. They get 6. And it's basically a 3 and out after everything is said and done. So this Houston defense steps up big and forces a punt with 3 minutes to play in the half. Punt comes off clean, will be returned beginning from the 15, gets to about the 29. All right, what can this Houston offense do? Down by 4, we head to a commercial break. Even though we're like a play away from the 2-minute warning. Okay. Yep, we're at commercial break. If Houston can make this the final drive of the half and they can at least get a field goal, they're sitting just fine. Like they're sitting just fine. They get ball to begin. No, Tampa gets ball to begin the second half. My bad. Yeah, because Houston had the opening drive touchdown. Either way, yeah, you're still sitting fine if you get that. You just don't want the lead. You don't want the deficit to be extended before half. You want to try and keep it a 1-possession game. Or if you can take the lead, that's even better. As we're just coming back from commercial break, Getting a little look in at Allegiant Stadium for the second game tonight. As Stroud and shotgun back to his right, 3 receiving options to the left. Gonna give this up the middle, and that is roughly 6 for Woody Marks on the carry. And we don't need one more play before the 2-minute warning. We'll see what Houston decides to do here. And the 2nd and 4 coming up, and yeah, they're letting this clock run to the 2-minute warning. Two minutes to play in the first half. We head to a commercial break for the 2-minute warning. As Tampa up by 4, and can you say this is a commanding game for them so far? Not really, I guess. They are playing well nonetheless, though. As we're still at commercial break. We're waiting for the final 2 minutes of this half. All right, just coming back from commercial break. Again, Tampa gets ball to begin the second half. They're up by 4 as we await to see what the Texans do on this drive. The 2nd and 3. Stroud and shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Ball on the 36.5-yard line. Shift in the back to his right. Stroud to throw. Has time, going to step up and take it himself. Room down the left side. Past midfield. Past the 45 and down to the 44. Great scramble there for CJ Stroud. And the Texans are slowly approaching field goal range. Yeah, we're already at the point this season where injuries are piling up. JJ McCarthy is going to be out next week. Joe Burrow is out for at least 3 months. Jaden Daniels is dealing with an injury right now. Brock Purdy's out for a few more weeks potentially. As Stroud looking to throw pass right side is going to be caught by Dalton Schultz up to the 40. QB injuries are starting to pile up this season already. which teams like New York and the Giants, they have to be feeling pretty solid about themselves, because that means that that people can be calling about Jameis Winston. They can get some capital off of him. Cincy has already been a team reported to be calling for Winston, as Stroud is sacked on second down back at midfield. Cannot be having that happen in this situation. A 3rd and long coming up. And the clock will stop as Tampa will call their first timeout. Just can't be having that happen. All right, a 3rd and long coming up. Stroud in shotgun back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. A 3rd and 14. Back at the 48th. Stroud to throw. Buccaneers send pressure. Avoids it to his right. Still looking. Throwing one deep right side and incomplete. Going for Nico Collins. But he trips over himself just as the ball was arriving. And a 4th and 14 coming up. The Texans end this drive with nothing to show for it. And they're going to send this one down. Tampa has 2 timeouts to do something here. Punt comes off clean. Gonna be fair caught. And a bounce into the end zone for a touchback. They'll begin from the 20. Alright. 30 seconds to play in the half. Can Tampa get into field goal range? As Mayfield will throw left side to Mike Evans, he gets 9. And a timeout will be called. Tampa's calling their second. It's a 2nd and 1 coming up. So 2nd and 1, Mayfield in shotgun back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Still need about 45-ish yards for field goal range. As pressure is coming, a throw left side is going to be incomplete. A throwaway towards Cade Otton. And it's 3rd and 1. With 19 seconds now to play in the half. So Mayfield in shotgun back to his right. 2 receivers to each side. Mayfield to throw. Has time. Pass left side is overthrown and incomplete. Looking for Mike Evans. Just put too much into it. So a 4th down. Fourth down And now they're going to punt this one away to a Texans team that has all 3 timeouts and will have 9-ish seconds. Punt comes off clean. Going to be bouncing and down inside the 30 at the 29. All right, there's only 2 seconds remaining in the half. So I'm expecting Houston to just need this one to halftime. And yeah, there's the knee down. So Tampa gets ball to begin the second half. Up by 4 and sitting good. There's that. So we're at halftime. As we are at the half. I both like the whole 2 Monday night game aspect of the season or of this week. I just don't like that it's 3 of the 4 teams a part of it could find themselves on the power rankings tomorrow. Does it make things a little bit tougher for me? But at the same time, whatever. Yeah, Tom Brady's big announcement today was he's going to be a part of a flag football team next year. Because why not? This is the first time Mahomes has started the season 0-2 since high school. Man, I hate that, dude. As we were at halftime in this one. We're at the half. It did. First quarter was very offensive focused. Second quarter was defensive focused. It's solid. We'll see what the second half brings. Tampa getting ball to begin it definitely is going to help them a bit. If they can score to begin this half, they're setting themselves up really well. We have about 8:15 remaining in halftime. I need a little bit more this game. But we will see. Again, I won't be live for Chargers Raiders right after this. The game will just go on too late. I can't feasibly do that right now. I will be live Thursday night for the Dolphins game, Dolphins Bills. And then I'll be live guaranteed for Sunday night next week, Chiefs Giants, and Monday night next week. I'm still trying to figure out what games Sunday afternoon I want to do, if any. I'll probably do at least one of them because I know that a 4 o'clock game is looking really nice to me. Yeah, but Broncos Chargers looking like a really good game right now. Nothing really in the 1 o'clock window stands out as of the current moment. Maybe Rams Eagles. I'll see. Yeah, Monday night next week is Lions Ravens. Oh my, that's gonna be a good game. Should be good there. This one. All right, we have about 6 minutes remaining in halftime, so I will quickly be right back. All right, I'm back. Got 3 minutes until the beginning of the second half. As we'll see how this second half plays out. About a minute 50 remains in this halftime, according to ESPN's timer. Start of the second half should be on the way here shortly. Yeah, Justin Fields finds himself in concussion protocol. And that's one of the many QB injuries we are dealing with this week in the NFL. As the second half should be underway here shortly. As Tampa will get ball to begin this half of play. And we'll see what they can work with and what they can do. All right, second half kick underway. Going to be returned beginning from the 2-yard line. Trying to find some space up past the 25 and down to the 27 before being tripped up. Baker Mayfield and this offense will start from there. 2 really good drives to begin this game for this Tampa offense, but since then, not a whole lot going for them. So 1st and 10, first play of the half. Mayfield under center, back and fullback behind him. Sending the receiver in motion right to left as Mayfield hands this off to Bucky Irvin, who gets up to about the 25. So 2nd and 3, Mayfield under center, back behind him. Receiver sent in motion right to left as they give this up the middle once again. And Bucky Irvin will gain about a yard this time. So a 3rd and short coming up. Third down. Mayfield alone in shotgun. 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Gonna motion someone into the backfield to Mayfield's right. 3 receivers to the left still. Looking to throw. Pass left side is caught up to the 42. That's Sterling Shepard on the reception. Going hurry up. Quick pass right side to Shepard once again. Going to be a gain of roughly 7 up to the 49. So Mayfield in shotgun. Going to hand this off once again. But not going to go much with. There's Bucky Irvin. A loss of about a yard. And another third down coming up. So 3rd and 4. Mayfield in shotgun back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Looking to throw. Mayfield has some time. Rolling to his right to buy more. Getting tripped up and brought down. Back near the 40s. The 44. And it's Sheldon Rankins. This time registering a proper sack. And the Buccaneers drive flares out around midfield. Great start to this half for this Houston defense. So Riley Dixon on to send this one down. Punt comes off clean. Going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. Houston will begin their first drive of the half from the 20. And we're heading to a commercial break. We're at commercial break. Once again, another glimpse at the Thursday night. Man, that game's gonna be something. That game's gonna be something. As we're still at commercial break as well. So Stroud in shotgun back to his right to give up the middle to begin this drive. Going to get about 4. And that's the first play of the half for this Texans offense is Nick Chubb on the carry. That was a pretty lengthy commercial break. So 2nd and 6. Stroud in shotgun back to his left. Going to look to throw here once again. Pass over the middle, and that's caught by Nico Collins. Down to the 40 before being stood up. Yeah, it's a good throw over the middle. As Stroud in shotgun back to his right. Going to give this up the middle once again, and that is about a yard on the play. Not much else going there. So it's ruling it a gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Stroud in shotgun back to his right, 2 receiving options to each side, looking to throw. Pressure coming, Stroud rolling to his right to a buy time. Now going to take it himself, and he's going to get past the 45 to about the 47. A 3rd down coming up. Yeah, Stroud's mobility is something that doesn't feel like it gets taken advantage of as much as it should. The 3rd down play is going to be a sack for this Tampa defense. That happened so quick, I missed it. Stroud was in shotgun, and yeah, that's just blown up instantly. He had no time on that. That's insane. As Houston's about to send this one away, that was tight. That was Tyke Smith coming off the right edge. He bulldozed the blocking running back. And Stroud did not stand a chance. Punt goes out of bounds near the 10. And we head to a commercial break with 8 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Is it? We're at a commercial break. That's going to be, honestly, watch that game be like 54-51. Watch that game go crazy. Also, Ball Flash, you see the reports that the Bengals have made calls about Jameis Winston? I think I need to see that. Like, just send Higgins and Chase deep every single play and have just Winston chuck it to them. And you might get 5 interceptions in the game, but you're guaranteed 5 touchdowns if you do that. So it's a win. It's a win-win. Well, it's what it was. You can't afford Cousins, so Winston. I think I also saw Malik Willis is being linked to Cincy, which wouldn't be the worst case scenario. But I think the answer is James Winston, though. You just have him out there and chuck deep balls to Chase and Higgins. You'll win about 5 games doing that. Mayfield under center, ball on the 8. Back and fullback behind him, going to hand this off up the middle, and that is Bucky Irvin for about 2. Yeah, first 4 drives of the game was high flying offense. These last 6 have not been much. Borrow Easton's stick. Y'all can take Zach Wilson. We don't need him. Mayfield under center, 2nd and 8. Give once again up the middle for Irvin, who's going to find some space past the 15 and fighting his way to about the 19. Enough for a first down. Or just trade for Shedeur. I mean, could you imagine Shedeur Sanders in that offense? No, but I think Jake Browning's y'all guy. He's played well in that offense in the past. All right, 1st and 10. Mayfield under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the left. A handoff up the middle once again. And that's Bucky Irvin to about the 21. 6.5 to play in this 3rd quarter. Mayfield, play action, looking to throw on 2nd and 8. Pressure coming, trying to buy time. And just shovel past this forward and incomplete. Fair, yeah, fair. Again, all Browning needs to do is go 5 and 7. And hopefully Burrow is back for the final 3 games of the season. I'm seeing that he might be. I'm seeing like earliest is going to be 14 weeks roughly. Would put him at December 14th. Obviously, if there's any hiccups to it, it could be a little bit later. But I assuming Burrow and knowing the type of player he is, he'll be back for the final 3 weeks. Mayfield's pass right side on 3rd down is into very tight coverage and incomplete. It's a 3 and out for this Buccaneers offense. This game that started very, very offensive heavy has now had 7 straight punts. 10. I think the number will be 10 for the Bengals. Is starting the season 2-0 helps massively with that. I think 10 is the number that y'all are aiming for. So again, if Browning wins you 5 and Burrow is back in the final 3 weeks, that should get you to 10. A punt comes off clean, going to be returned and brought down near the, 27, maybe 30-ish? But to be fair, I think 10 would have been the number even if Burrow didn't get hurt. Mainly because of the defense, but whatever. We're at commercial break. Yeah, exactly. 10 is the number for a playoff spot. And I think y'all can still get it. And all you need is 5 wins in 12 weeks. And then Burrow will be back, and y'all are good to go. Because again, that final 3-game stretch, those are not tough games for y'all to win. So as long as you can just survive the next 3 months, you're fine. Why am I seeing Tyrese Halliburton doing a shoe commercial in a grocery store? As we're still at commercial break. Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like his first game back should be against us. In theory, he could be back the week prior against Baltimore, but I don't think that should be the case. Those final 3 games should be the target window for Burrow to return. Stroud under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Manson in motion as they hand this off up the middle, and that's Woody Marks for about 3. Exactly. If you're sitting, if I don't think y'all will be eliminated by then. But if it's like a long shot to get in, then yeah, Burrow has to keep Burrow out and play for next year. But if you're sitting at 7-7, 8-6, and you need 3 wins to get in, and you control your own destiny, then yeah, you have Burrow play. Stroud play action, looking to throw, pressure coming, escaping it to his left, trying to buy some time and just throwing this one away. Yeah, the playing against the Ravens would not be ideal. I think the ideal is by the time the Miami game comes, you're like a win or 2 away from the playoff spot. That way you can rest him against Cincy week 18. And then you only play him like 2 weeks. Stroud in shotgun, back to his right, 3 receivers to the left on 3rd and 7. Looking to throw in, pressure coming and sacked. Back at the 26, Levante David. And it's a 3-and-out for the Texans. 8 straight punts in this game after 4 straight scoring drives began the game. Oh, that's a beautiful disguise blitz. Oh my god. That is a beautiful disguise blitz. They had David and the other linebacker lined up at the line. David faked like he was dropping back. The other linebacker faked like he was going in, and then they swapped. That's beautifully designed. Punt comes off clean, returned up to about the 21. Welcome on in. This game has been very defensive heavy since the first quarter wrapped up. There was 4 straight scoring drives to begin this game. Since then, there has been 8 straight punts. As we're at commercial break. Yeah, punters are getting their work in. They're playing really well. Doing a good job flipping the field when asked to. But at the same time, like after the first quarter, this game seemed like it was going to be a shootout and a really high intense game. It has really settled in since then. We're still at commercial break. And there's a commercial for Thursday night football. The Dolphins take on the Bills. I will be live for that game. And man, I am not looking for that one. Not looking forward to that one as a Dolphins fan. That one's gonna be very tough. All right, just coming back from commercial break. And we'll see what what Tampa has in store for this next drive. Bob Flash, if you're still here, have you seen the most recent Heisman poll? As Mayfield in shotgun, 4 receivers to the left looking to throw. Pass right side, and that's going to be a beautifully placed pass. In a bucket to Mike Evans. Oh my God, Baker. What a dot. Honestly, deal. If now, hold on. What would the number of wins have to be for that? Also, I doubt shipping would be that much. As Mayfield in shotgun looking to throw in 1st and 10 from the 43. Pass left side to Mike Evans is going to be incomplete. Pressure forced a bad pass. Yeah, well, what would the number of wins have to be for that? Because again, like, I think y'all are gonna win five of 12 at minimum. Like that's like a very reasonable amount to still be in playoff contention. What are we saying is the high end of that? Mayfield handoff up the middle for Rachaad White, gonna bounce it right side and have room. A gain of roughly 12 up to the plus 45. Nine? What's the schedule? Mayfield in shotgun, back behind him, 3 receiving options to the left. Manson in motion as they're going to hand this off up the middle. That's Rachaad White going to get past the 40 and still fighting up to, we're saying the 41, maybe the 40. It might be enough for a first down. Oh, between us and Miami? Us and Cincy? Uh, Here's the thing with that. By that point of this season, I'm expecting this Dolphins team to be like 3-14. No, sorry, like 3-11. Rachaad White, handoff up the middle on 2nd and 1. He's going to find a lane and bulldoze up to about the 20. A gain of like 21. Pick up the first down and a whole lot more as there's a Texans still to get up. I'm going to send it to you then. I'll put it in sports. We are both good then. I'm not sure when Miami will be good again. That's the issue. If there's ever a playoff game between the two of us, I think that would be the time. But again, like, when would that happen? Oh, so yeah, I put the Heisman poll in sports. The biggest thing here, number 5 is Diego Pavia. I think I need that Heisman to go to Diego. That's gonna be if Diego Pavia wins a Heisman and Vanderbilt is good enough for him to win it, I think the college football landscape will explode. As we're still at commercial break. All right, here's a replay of that previous carry, and oh yeah, that Texans defender gets a heel to the face mask. It's Aziz Al-Shahir. But he was up. He's walking under his own power. That's good to see. First and 10 from the 20. Buccaneers are already up to about 130 rush yards on the night. Mayfield and shotgun back behind him. Give up the middle once again, and that's going to be a half a yard, I think, for Bucky Irvin. Yeah, this Tampa ground game has drastically improved over the last few years. As now 2nd and 9, Mayfield and shotgun back to his left, 2 receiving options to each side. Going to look to throw. Mayfield with time, pass over the middle and incomplete. Looking for Emeka Ejbuka, but couldn't connect. It's a 3rd and 9 coming up. Yeah, I think it'll be him as well for the Heisman, but obviously there's a few guys that aren't on that list that by the end of the season will probably be in the race. I still think Nussmeier will be in the race at some point. Gunnar Stockton played well the other night in that game. I doubt he'll be a proper candidate. Mayfield to throw in 3rd and 9. Pass right side. And incomplete. Looking for Mike Evans in the end zone. Nearly an incredible one-handed grab. Instead of 4th and 9 coming up. And Tampa has a chance to make this a 7-point game. I like that read. I like that decision. Pass was a little bit off. Too far outside. He was not going to get his feet in bounds anyway. But I like that decision. You have someone like Mike Evans. He's gonna come down with those more often than not. And either way, you know that it won't be picked off. 38-yard kick is doinked. From the left hash, he doinks it. And it remains a 4-point game. That is his first missed kick from 40 and in since 2023, I believe. Or 2022. That's an uncharacteristic miss. And it remains a 4-point game. Chase McLaughlin. Tough one. And we're headed to a commercial break. We're at commercial break. What is a college slate looking like this week? Oh hell yeah, we have Rice and Charlotte on Thursday night. That's gonna be a better game than Buffalo Miami. I wish I was kidding. Tulsa, Oklahoma State on Friday night. Iowa, Rutgers on Friday. Okay. Yeah, UNC, UCF Saturday at 3:30. I managed to get my ticket to that one today. That's going to be a fun game to go to. Syracuse, Clemson. Okay. Texas Tech, Utah is going to be a good game. Oregon State is Saturday. All right. Auburn, Oklahoma. Does Tulane have a chance of upsetting Ole Miss on Saturday? I think there's a possibility. It's not a high chance, but there's a chance nonetheless. As we're just coming out of commercial break, there's a minute to play in this third quarter. Yeah, Georgia Tech has Temple this week on the CW. Okay. Mizzou, South Carolina. All right, not a lot of great games. Handoff up the middle is going to get about 7 for Nick Chubb. And one more play is needed to end this third quarter. Damn, Indiana, Illinois is going to be a great game. Second and 3, Stroud under center, back and fullback behind him. Final play of the quarter coming up. Ball on the 35. Play action looking to throw. Stroud with some time. Gonna step up and dance in the pocket. Pass over the middle is well short-armed and incomplete, but a penalty marker is down. This most likely will be on Tampa as it's in the secondary. Yep, illegal contact on Tampa. Gonna give an automatic first down, calling it on Benjamin Morrison. Tough one there. Yo, Texas plays Sam Houston on Saturday. If Arch Manning struggles against Sam Houston, I think things are wrapped. Stroud and shotgun back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. Looking to throw. Pass left side that's going to be caught. Dalton Schultz makes one man miss. Makes a second. And going to be brought down after a gain of 10 up to midfield. And that will be the end of the third quarter. 15 minutes remain. There has been no points scored since the Buccaneers' second drive of the game. And we'll see if that changes in the final 15. No, it's Tulane that plays. It's Tulane that plays Ole Miss. It's the other New Orleans school. Who does LSU play this week? LSU plays Southeastern Louisiana. Y'all play Ole Miss next week. Which that's gonna be a good game. LSU Ole Miss. That's gonna be that game's in Ole Miss as well. And there is a chance that LSU is the team that gets Shane Bieber fired right after. Still at commercial break. Still at commercial break. Still at commercial break. Is Texas Tech getting throwback uniforms? No, I think they're getting snow themed uniforms in Texas. Sure, fuck it. All right, just coming back from commercial break. Second and 1 coming up for Houston. Stroud under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Ball in about midfield. Play action looking to throw. Stroud rolling right. Has time. Pass right side going to be caught in the flat. Pass to 35 to 30. Spinning his way past the 25 down to the 23. That is Harrison. No. That's Jaden Higgins on the reception. The rookie out of Iowa State. And that's a massive pickup for the Texans, whose offense has been playing a lot better today than it ever did against the Rams last week. And it just gave him too much space. Ball now on the 24. Stroud under center, back behind him. Handoff up the middle, and that's going to be stuffed behind the line for a loss of 1. Trying to get Nick Chubb going, but no room there. So 2nd and 11. Stroud in shotgun back to his left. 3 receiving options to the right. Going to look to throw. Stroud with time. Gonna pass it right side. It's gonna be tipped and incomplete. Looking for Nico Collins. Just couldn't hang on to the high pass. And a 3rd and 11 coming up. Yeah, that was nearly picked as well. If that was any lower, it would have been. That's as perfect of a pass as you could have got there. Just over the defender's fingertips into the hands of Nico Collins. Just couldn't hang on though. Stroud in shotgun back to his right, looking to throw on 3rd and 11. Has time, pass left side, that's caught by Schultz. Inside the 10 and down to the 7. 1st and goal for the Texans. Looking to take the lead by finding the end zone. Stroud in shotgun. 3 receiving options to the right, 2 to the left. First and goal, the same from the 8. Play clock winding down to get the snap off. Stroud to throw. Pass over the middle is caught down to the 1. Nico Collins on the reception. Second and goal coming up. We got a college basketball top 25 releasing as well. All right, second and goal. Handoff to Chubb, right side. And he's going to be brought down short at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play. So third and goal. Stroud in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left, looking to throw. Pass, right side, back of the end zone, incomplete. Through the hands of Nico Collins, and the Texans have a decision to make. It's fourth and goal from the 1. You're down by 4. I imagine they just go for it. That's a beautiful route, a great throw. Collins needs to hang on to that. Maybe just too far out down the field, but that's the one he needs to catch. All right, fourth and goal, the offense on the field. Stroud in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receiving options to the left. Stroud rolling left to throw. Pass, end zone, incomplete. Basically a throwaway towards Nico Collins. The Buccaneers played that perfectly. And now they'll get ball from their own 1-yard line. With 11:15 to play. Yeah, that's tough. As we're at commercial break, that's a tough way to end that drive. Tough way for that drive to end. All right, we will see. The good thing is Tampa's backed up this far, but the ground game has been really good tonight. So again, just showing Jim Harbaugh catching some passes before the game or later tonight. Again, I won't be live for that one. It goes on too late. I don't have the time for it. But we do have about 11 minutes remaining in this one. That's going to come down to the wire. 11:15 to play. Mayfield under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. As Mayfield's going to hand this off up the middle, and that's Bucky Irvin going to work his way to about the 4. Gets the offense some breathing room, but I would probably expect another handoff here. As Mayfield under center, back and fullback behind him for 2nd and 6. They're saying from about the 5. Gonna hand this off once again, but met at the line for no gain, maybe a loss of a yard. Penalty marker comes in kind of late. Mayfield was calling for it, and he's gonna get it. I think they're gonna say a face mask against Houston. Yep, a face mask against Houston. 15 yards and an automatic first down. That's going to give the Buccaneers the breathing room they need. Oh, yeah, he nearly ripped off Bucky Irvin's helmet. Yeah, no, that's a face mask. So 1st and 10 now from the 20. Mayfield in shotgun, a handoff once again up the middle for Bucky Irvin. And going to get about a yard there, not much else. Tampa at this point is trying to kill clock while also extending this lead a little bit. And they continue. 2nd and 10. Mayfield in shotgun, back to his left. 9.5 to play. They're killing this clock. Mayfield to throw, pass right side is dropped. Looking for Cade Auden, couldn't hang on. And 3rd and 10 coming up. Third and 10. Mayfield in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Looking to throw once again. Pressure coming. Mayfield trying to escape it, and he does. Room to run. First down, Mayfield. Past the 35 and down to the 37. Baker Mayfield using his legs. And then proceeds to talk shit to CJ Gardner-Johnson. Man, Baker Mayfield's so much fun to watch. How did Cleveland ever let him go? He has found new life in Tampa these past few years, and it is a joy to watch him play. So Mayfield under center, back behind him. Going to play action and look to throw. Pressure coming. Pass left side. That's caught. But a loss of 1 there for Bucky Irvin. Penalty marker is down, though. And I think this will be in the secondary. 8.5 to play in this one. And we have illegal contact on Houston. 5 yards and automatic first down. Calling it on... Kamari Lassiter. I was thinking Kwame because of the UFL. So Mayfield under center, back behind him. 3 receiving options to the right. And there's movement up front before this snap. Will be a false start. So a 1st and 15, 8:11 to play. Mayfield in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Going to hand this off up the middle. And there's room for Bucky Irvin. Breaking off defenders. Going to get those 5 yards right back from the false start. It's a 2nd and 10 coming up. Mayfield in shotgun, back to his right. 2 receiving options to each side. Quick throw left side, that's going to be caught, and they get about 5 or 6 there for Sterling Shepard on the reception. 7.5 to play. They have already successfully killed 4 minutes of clock on this drive. If this is a great drive being built, you're killing a lot of time. They're moving the ball downfield well. It's a 3rd and 3. Mayfield in shotgun. Back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. As Mayfield will look to throw. Pressure coming, trying to avoid it to his right. He fumbles! And going to be picked up by Tampa. Rachaad White falls on it. That's a big time play from Rachaad White to fall on that ball. He is slow to get up now. But that's a big time play from him to make sure he falls on that one. Because now you can send out the punter to send it down. And you can make sure that they have to go the length of the field. Mayfield just drops it. And White gets a helmet to the ribs. Ugh. Yeah, Mayfield knocks it out with his own left hand. And we're going to head to a commercial break with 6:49 to play in this one. Yep, we're at commercial break. Since the first four drives of this game, there have been about 14, maybe 16 straight drives of scoreless football. I think it's actually 12. Either way, there's been a lot of scoreless football since the first quarter. As we're still at commercial break. All right, just back from commercial break. It's a 4th and 6, and Tampa's going to send this one down. Yeah, this game started off really good and has since turned into a defensive slugfest. So a 4th and 6. Tampa sends this one down. It's blocked. Punt is blocked and picked up by Houston. Down to the 36. Game-changing plays on special teams. And Houston has excellent starting field position with 6:16 to play. Houston nearly blocked a punt earlier in this one. They do it successfully here. Absolute beautiful block. And that's a game changer. That is a game-changing play. Ball now on the 35 of Tampa. Stroud and shotgun back to his right. Looking to throw. Pass over the middle is incomplete. Threw it behind Xavier Hutchinson. Because he touches the ball first. He blocks the punt first and then he makes contact with the punter. So it's the same reason why when a ball is tipped at the line, the defender is able to tackle a receiver and it not be pass interference. Because once that ball is tipped and it's a live ball, it's free play. It's a free game. Handoff up the middle, and that's going to be a loss of a yard for Nick Chubb. This Tampa defense stepping up now. Yeah. Yeah, punts don't happen that blocks on punts don't happen that often, so yeah. It's a fair confusion. Third and 10. Stroud and shotgun back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Gonna look to throw once again. Pressure coming. Pass is it's incomplete, but he gift wrapped a pick. Levante David drops a pick that was gift wrapped to him. Oh, how do you not pick that ball off? That is crazy. How does he not hang on to that? Out comes Kiami Fairbairn for a 53-yard kick. The ball is centered. It is up. And it is good. We have a 1-point game with 5:22 to play. And the Texans just wasted a perfect opportunity. It nearly was worse. If that would have been picked, that probably would have been the game if that was picked. Instead, you have it a 1-point game. I gave them too many points by accident. There we go. Instead, it's a 1-point game with 5:20 to play. And we have our first points since Tampa's second drive of the game. Just wow. Kickoff underway, going to bounce into the end zone for a touchback. Tampa will begin from the 35. All right, this is the big drive coming up for Tampa. So Mayfield under center, back behind him. 3 receivers to the right. Gonna send one of them in motion. A toss left side for Bucky Irvin. He does not get the block in. A loss of a yard. I mean, they're able to kill some clock here, but they're gonna need to move the ball down the field. So Mayfield and shotgun, a back to each side. Gonna look to throw. Pass left side that's caught by Rashard White. Gonna have some room to pick up only about 2. Can't find that blocking on that screenplay. 4.5 minutes to play. 3rd and 8. I picked the Chargers to win the next one. I kind of don't care. Either way, it is a massive game, though. The winner of that has a firm lead in that division. For simple stake of power rankings, I need the Chargers to win. Mayfield to throw in 3rd and 8. Pressure coming and stacked. Back at the 28. And it's a 3 and out. I also need the Buccaneers to win if I want power rankings to be simple. Because there's a few things that still haven't recorded yet because I'm waiting for the outcomes of these games. So I have an idea, I have a clear idea in place if the Chargers and Buccaneers win than I do if the Texans and the Chargers win or the Raiders or any other combination. Hunt comes off clean on 4th and 16. And it's going to be returned beginning from the 21. Trying to find some space. And does! One man to beat past the 40. Still going. The 45 to 40. 35 30. And brought down at the 27. But a penalty marker is down. This might be coming back. And for Tampa's sake, they're hoping it does. Hollywood Brown is still there for Kansas City. I think they're gonna end up trading for Tyreek at some point. It feels inevitable. I'm not sure how much probably won't be till the offseason, if anything. They're gonna get Rashid Rice back at some point. So once he gets back, that's gonna be helpful. Xavier Worthy should be back relatively soon. That's also gonna help him a lot. So I think we'll see. I'm just not sure if it matters at this point or with how they've played. I'm not sure if that really has much stake in this Chiefs season. I believe the penalty was holding on the Texans. ESPN didn't do a graphic signifying it, so I'm just waiting to see if the spot of the ball. Judging off that Texans sideline, though, they're upset. Yeah, no. They picked up the penalty. Ball at the 26. A handoff up the middle is going to gain about a yard. A beautiful punt return puts the Texans in the spot to take the lead. 2nd and 9. One more play is needed before the 2-minute warning. Stroud under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Handoff up the middle, and there's room for Chubb. The 10-5, and he is in. Untouched touchdown, Houston. They take the lead and are an extra point. They're going to go for 2 to try and make this a 7-point game. They're giving Tampa plenty of time, though. A 25-yard touchdown run for Nick Chubb. And with 2:10 to play, the Texans are up by 5 and hoping to make it 7. Beautiful blocking up front. Antoine Winfield Jr. did not have a good angle on that one. And here comes the 2-point play. Last season, the Texans did not convert a single 2-point attempt. Stroud in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right. Gonna look to throw. And he's gonna be sacked. Ball comes loose back at the 12. Beautiful, beautiful pressure up front by the Buccaneers. It remains a 5-point game. Thought there could have been offsides on Tampa there. No penalty thrown. So the Buccaneers have 2:10 to play. All 3 timeouts, needing a touchdown. And yeah, that's just a poor decision from the running back on who to pick up on the blitz. He picked up the outside guy. He should have picked up the inside guy. And it's a 5-point Texan lead. Kickoff underway, going to be returned beginning from the 5. Trying to find some space up past the, up to the 30. Penalty marker is down. We'll see what this is. 1 play is needed before the 2-minute warning. And it is on Tampa. So you're going to start this drive up, backed up. Needing a touchdown. And yep, next week, Monday Night Football, the Lions and Ravens go at it for what's going to be a fantastic game. Juwan Johnson would be a good pickup for tight end in fantasy. Goff is good as well, but I would say play Bo Nix next week. Mayfield to throw in 1st and 10. Pass left side for his screen. Has room. That's Bucky Irvin up past the 30 to about the 32. And that will bring us to the 2-minute warning. 1:56 to play in this one. Tampa needs to find the end zone to hopefully try and avoid the Texans from completing the comeback. Because we're at commercial break. As we're still at commercial break. A minute 56 for this Tampa offense. What can they do? I still can't believe college game day is going to Florida, Miami on Saturday. That doesn't make sense to me. All right, showing a replay of that punt return and what was the picked up penalty marker. Another instance of an almost penalty there against Houston. They got lucky in that situation. Now their defense needs to hold strong. A minute 56 to play. Mayfield in shotgun, back to his left. 3 receivers to the right, looking to throw. Pass left side that's caught in the flat and gonna get nowhere on that one. Back to the line of scrimmage, luckily. And they have to go hurry up here. 2nd and 10. Mayfield in shotgun. Back to his left, looking to throw once again. Has time. Pass. Left side is going to be incomplete. Looking for Mike Evans. A dangerous pass that wasn't on target. So a 3rd down coming up. I mean, this is the game right here. If you don't pick up the 1st down on these next 2 plays, Mayfield in shotgun, back to his left, 3 receivers to the right. Ball on the 32. Looking to throw. Rolling to his right to buy some more time. Launching one deep, and it's going to be dropped. Looking for a Mecca Buka. Had him. Couldn't hang on. It's a 4th and 10. Okay, in theory, Tampa could be forced to punt. Or they could punt, or they can get stopped on 4th down, hold Houston to a 3 and out, be down by 8, and then have to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Like, that's possible, but it's very unlikely. Most likely, the game comes down to this. Mayfield in shotgun, looking to throw. Pressure coming, avoids it, gonna take it himself, has room. 1st down for Baker, past the 45 and down to the 47. They have all 3 timeouts. Are they going to call one here? Does not seem like it. To go and hurry up. A minute to play. You have all 3 timeouts. You can do something with those. Mayfield in shotgun, back to his left. Gonna look to throw here once again. Mayfield with time. Pass right side is caught. That's Cade Otton, who's going to get out of bounds. And the clock will stop. A gain of roughly 9. 52 seconds to play. Baker Mayfield. What a scramble on 4th down. Keeps the Buccaneers in this one. Mayfield in shotgun, back to his right, and we have a stoppage before the snap as Houston will call their 1st timeout. He needs to be a touchdown maker on this drive. So 2nd and 2. Baker in shotgun, back to his right. 3 receivers to the left. Now 2 receivers to each side after 1 was sent in motion. Mayfield to throw. Pressure coming. Pass left side caught by Irvin. Makes 1 man miss and has room. Pass to 35, still on his feet. Inside the 25 to the 23. Go and hurry up. 42 seconds. Actually, Tampa will call their first timeout. Inside the 25. Here we go again. Oh yeah, no, yeah, Punkle got severely cooked in fantasy this week. That's to no one's surprise. He got destroyed. Easter, no chance after the 1 o'clock slate, man. At this point, it's just stop. He's already dead. Mayfield in shotgun, back to his left, 2 receivers to each side, 23 yards out. Mayfield looking to throw. Pass left side is going to be caught. And that's going to be Bucky Irvin down to about the 18. Clock will stop as he gets out of bounds. 34 seconds remain. "18 yards away. Tampa had to score late in the 4th last week to escape with the win. They're going to have to do it again here. Mayfield in shotgun, back to his right, 2 receivers to each side. Mike Evans and Emeka Egbuka are the main 2 targets here. Mayfield to throw, pass over the middle is caught. Inside the 10, down to the 7. And it is Mike Evans on the reception. 24 seconds. They're going, hurry up. You have timeouts. 1st and goal. Mayfield, shotgun. 2 receivers to each side, back to his left. Under 15 seconds. Mayfield, pass. Left side is caught. Out of bounds at the 3. Clock will stop. Cade Auden on the reception. 9 seconds remain. For Joe Bean, they don't need to make up for Burrow getting injured. Second and goal. You basically have 3 shots at the end zone. And you can work the entire field. 1, because you're at the 3-yard line. 2, because you have 2 timeouts remaining. Mayfield under center. Back behind him, 2 receiving options to each side. And we have a timeout called as the play clock was winding down. I believe it will be Tampa calling their... No, it's Houston calling their second. I would not be... The ground game has been working really good tonight. I would not be surprised if they give it to Bucky Irvin here. Especially because they have 2 timeouts. If it doesn't work, you can stop the clock and try again with something else. So I wouldn't be completely shocked if the idea is to give it to Bucky Irvin. Mayfield under center, back behind him. 2 receiving options to each side. Houston's leaving the middle of the field kind of open here. There's the give to Bucky Irvin, and he gets in! Touchdown, Tampa! No, that's Rachaad White on the carry. And with 6 seconds remain, the Buccaneers take the lead. I told you I would not be shocked if they hand the ball off here. Rachaad White on the carry. And the Buccaneers, in back-to-back weeks, score a touchdown with under a minute to play to potentially win the games. They won last week. We'll see if they win this week. There's 6 seconds remaining. They're going for 2 to try and make it a 3-point game. and Tampa will call their second timeout. What a game this ended up being. And if this stands, Power Rankings is going to be so easy to be able to record it all tonight, or most of it tonight. This was a great win. I'm just waiting for Tampa to not win a game close, though. I need them to blow someone out soon. 2-point try, Baker to throw. Gonna try and step up. He's gonna get it off in time, but incomplete. No one over the middle of the field. So it's a 1-point Tampa lead with 6 seconds remaining. You have two options here. You could just send it down and play and try and do good on the return, kill clock that way. Or if I'm Tampa, I am just sending this out the back of the end zone and having them go and forcing them to begin from the 35. Like, if I'm Tampa, I'm doing that route. But what a drive. And what a performance from Baker Mayfield. The scramble for 15 on 4th and 10 is what won them the game, as it kept that drive alive. That was an 11-play drive. Kickoff underway, and this will be returned beginning from the 5. Gonna be brought down. Ooh, nearly broke that, but he's brought down, and time has expired. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have yet. This is 5 straight seasons of beginning a season 2-0. Talk about consistency for a team. Meanwhile, Houston falls to 0-2, and they have a hill to climb in that division. What a game. Just what a game. That was incredible. Came down to the end. Great first and fourth quarters. Second and third quarters filled with defensive action. A good win from Tampa. Chargers Raiders kicks off in a few minutes. I won't be live for that game because it will go on too late. So I'm gonna call it here. I will be live Thursday night for Miami and Buffalo. Hope to see you all there. Thank you all for tuning in to this stream. See you all next time. Have yourselves a damn good one. Peace.